Hi guys, so today I'm gonna show you how I make my own version of the Taco Bell Cantina Bowl, my better version. If you guys want to see how I do this, please keep on watching. So what you're going to need is some chuck steak. So this is what I have. I have 4 pieces of chuck steak. Okay, and then I'm gonna just season that with some kosher salt, black pepper, and dried oregano. I'm also going to add some extra virgin olive oil. This will just help bind all the seasonings together, and add some garlic powder and onion powder. The onion powder kind of looks like flour, but that's onion powder. You could mix this up with your hands if you like, but you could use one of these tong things and just, mix it up like that. If you guys are hearing a bell, that's my rabbit. Her cage is really close to the computer, so you're probably gonna hear her. All right, so just mix that up really, really good. Now I'm just gonna cut up some fresh cilantro, okay? Cut that up, and I'm going to actually add that into the steak. Cut it up as fine as you can. And just give it a good mixing, get that all over the steaks on both sides. And I like cilantro, by the way. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like cilantro. I like a lot of herbs, so I like it. All right. So what you're gonna do is just put that on the side, cover it, and let it marinate in the fridge. Okay. So here I'm just gonna cut up some onions, and I'm actually going to make I believe it's called pico de gallo. I'm probably saying that right. I think it means pickled tomatoes. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut up my onions. I'm using half an onion and cut it up really, really fine. This is just a regular yellow onion. And then I'm going to use some plum tomatoes. They're already washed. I wash all my vegetables, so you guys are gonna notice every time I put a vegetable there, it's gonna be wet. Okay. Okay, now cut up those tomatoes really, really small. You can leave them a little chunky if you like. It's all up to you. Okay, and I'm adding already pre-cut garlic. I hate cutting garlic, so I buy it pre-cut. And I'm just gonna add an extra slice of tomatoes. I like a lot of tomato. And then I'm gonna cut up some cilantro. And then in a bowl, just add everything in it. Make sure it's a bowl with a lid because you're gonna have to put this in the fridge. You don't want to leave this out on the counter. And then I'm gonna season it with some kosher salt, some black pepper. All right, now I'm gonna take a lemon because we need lemon juice. We need something acidic. If you don't have lemon juice, you could probably substitute vinegar, but it doesn't really give you that really nice fresh taste. So basically what I did was roll my lemon on my countertop just to get the juices flowing in the lemon, cut it in half and squeeze it out. I got really lucky with this lemon because it didn't have barely any seeds in it. So if you do squeeze it out, try to get something that's with a strainer so you don't get seeds in your tomatoes. There's a lot of juice in this one, by the way. Now just add your lemon juice into your tomatoes and give that a good mix with a spoon or a spatula. Remember to mix it in a bowl that has a lid, or you could cover it with some foil or plastic wrap. So after I'm done mixing that, I'm just going to cover it and put it into the fridge, okay? You want to keep that in the fridge, do not leave it out. So here I'm just going to cut up some iceberg lettuce. Just going to cut it in half and cut up half of it for the topping of my cantina bowl. You can cut it really, really fine, or you can give it a very rough chop. Totally up to you. Put it in a bowl and cover that up, and in the fridge it goes. You want to keep your vegetables refrigerated, okay? Now for my avocado, you need to find one that's pretty much ripe. You don't want it to be all gushy. You want it to be a good, you know, ripeness, not hard, and you know, just a good quality avocado. Don't get the cheap ones that are all hard and, you know, green still. No. So basically what I did was cut it in half, twist it, take out the pit, and, you know, taking out the insides of the avocado, the meaty part of it. Okay, and place it in a bowl. I'm using a spoon to scoop this out. Okay, and I'm actually using a potato masher to mash my avocados, okay? Some people use forks, but forks take too long for me, so I just use the potato masher, and it gets nice and fine and creamy for me. Some people like their avocado chunky. I don't really like it chunky. I like it more creamy. So just mash that up. All right, so now I'm just gonna season up my avocados with some kosher salt, just a little bit, some garlic powder, some white pepper, a little bit of black pepper, and just mix that up. I'm gonna actually add in corn into my avocado. This is canned corn, or you can use frozen corn, whichever one you prefer. So I had canned corn this day. I just drained it, and I'm just adding in about 3 tablespoons of the canned corn into my avocado. I'm also going to add in some fresh oregano in my avocado. Make sure this is probably not a traditional thing. I'm not sure, but you know, I like what I like, so I'm just gonna add in what my taste buds and my family's taste buds like. So I just cut that up, and I'm just gonna add that in there and give that a good mix. Cover it and place it in the fridge. Do not leave your avocado mixture out, or else it will turn black. Not black, like brown, like an ugly, yucky brown color. Okay, so now I'm gonna chop up some celery. So I'm just using 2 halves of a celery stick. No, this is 1 celery stick in half, I mean, and I'm just gonna chop that up. That's for my rice. And this is half an onion. I'm gonna chop that up as well. And guys, I wash my board for every single thing I use, so just wanted you to know that. So I added some pre-cut garlic. I get my garlic pre-cut in a jar. It's sold in the Spanish food section or in the produce section, okay? So in my pan, I added some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just gonna add in my vegetables and just let it cook for about a minute or 2. And then I'm going to add in 1 can of black beans that were drained. Give that a good mix. The first time I actually made the black beans and rice, the Spanish way or the Mexican way. I just did black beans and rice. I didn't add anything special, but you know, this time is a little different. There I just added some kosher salt for some flavor. And here I'm going to add some vegetable broth. This is oregano vegetable, not oregano, organic, organic vegetable broth, and fill that up. And add in 1.5 cups of parboiled rice, okay? Parboiled rice is your friend if you do not know how to cook rice, okay? By the way, my heat is on medium-high heat, okay? We want to bring that mixture up to a boil. You can raise the heat if you want to, so you can make it boil faster, and let it boil for about maybe 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Let it boil so that the water and the broth could reduce. As you can see, it reduced and it got a little thicker. I'm just gonna add in a little bit of water because I want my rice to be a little fluffier, and I'm just gonna bring that back to a boil. And you see the water reduced once again, the liquid's reduced, I mean. So I'm just gonna cover that and let that sit and lower the heat to the lowest setting for about 10 to 20 minutes. So once it's on the lowest setting, it cooks faster that way. It's already basically heated up and cooked, so the lowest setting just finishes off. Here I'm just going to take my steaks and sear them, I guess, on both sides in a non-stick pan. And you wanna, well, everybody eats their steak differently. I like mine's a little more cooked. So, you know, if you like, you know, medium rare or raw meat or whatever, you could totally do that if you want to. But I cook them for about 4 minutes on each side. And then, you know, that's about it. Alright, so here I have my homemade Mexican seasoning. I found the recipe online and I kind of tweaked it for my own flavors, for my own liking. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that on top of the steaks. It has no salt, so it's not adding any more salt to the steaks. Just gonna flip my steaks. Have that nice color. I love that. I really do want to make you guys some more cooking vids. It's just, it gets really hard sometimes because I do have my kids running around. But I will try my best, okay? As you guys can see, my rice is finished cooking. This is about 10 to 15 minutes after leaving it on low heat, okay? So remember, may bring it to a boil for about 5 minutes and then lower the heat. Once the liquid reduced, lower the heat and cover it for about 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on you, okay? So my steaks are done. So now all I'm going to do is just cut them up. I was trying to be lazy and cut 2 at once, but that wasn't working. So I'm just gonna cut up 1 and just slice them up. You know, you can cube it if you want to. I just did it in slices. You can make the slices thinner if you like to, you know, in a way to kind of be able to share the food more or make it stretch. That's what we like to call it, make the food stretch if you have more people in your house. So by cutting it thinner, slicing it thinner, you can definitely make the meat stretch, you know? My kids love it when I make stuff like this for them because they honestly prefer to eat in the house because they know what goes on in these fast food places. So they, you know, just ask me to make these things and I'll make it for them. Okay? So once that's done slicing up, I'm adding that back into the pan with all the juices. Okay? And there it is, and I'm just gonna mix it around in its juices. So basically I cooked it on both sides for about 4 minutes, you know, until it was cooked, and then I just took it off the stove, and that was about it. So here I'm just gonna put my tortilla in my plate. I'm using a flour tortilla. I have tried the tostada bowl, the crunchy bowl. Here it is, and my family kind of liked it, but they didn't really care for it. We ended up throwing the bowls away. So the flour tortilla is just a little better for us because once we finish eating what's inside of it, we roll it up and we eat the tortilla. All right, so here I'm just filling it in with my rice, my steak. Doesn't that look yummy, you guys? That looks good. I didn't even cook today yet. I'm filming this a week, 2 weeks later after I made this, so I'm hungry right now. And this is my homemade chipotle sauce. I didn't record this because I was simply just trying to be in a rush. Okay, and here is my iceberg lettuce, my avocado, my homemade pico de gallo. I'm so proud of it. And then add some sour cream if you like sour cream. I love sour cream. Okay, I decided to add some more of my chipotle sauce because I really like it, and I love really hot spicy food. And then here, just add your favorite Mexican blend cheese, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this cooking video, and I'll see you next time. Please leave any requests down below. Make sure to thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.